In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the presidential election um, coming up here. So I'm going to be laying out my thoughts on it. I'm just shooting off the top of my head here. No plan, nothing planned out, no notes, just going straight from the noggin. So yeah, there's a lot to discuss. On this channel, I'm going to be very open with you guys on who I'm supporting, who I'm planning to vote for, and I just want to be open with you guys so you guys know. A lot of people, some people aren't comfortable sharing that information. I am. I don't care. I don't care if you have an opinion on how I vote. I don't care you vote for. Kind of do, but it's your choice. I can't force you to do anything. I don't want to force you to do anything. It's your choice. I have to respect that. And biggest thing that we have to have is respect. So, in this election, it's going to be Biden versus Trump. And then there's also going to be, I'm thinking it's looking like Robert Kennedy is going to be an independent in this election, which I think is a really interesting scenario, which we have not seen in my lifetime. And I think the last time there was anything like that was Ross Perot. I think that was in 92. I think that was a big reason why Bill Clinton won. And that Bush lost re-election. He probably would have won again if Perot was not in that election. So kind of helped Clinton get in. And we could see a very similar situation playing out this year where maybe Biden would win re-election, but since Kennedy's in the race, he might pull away a little bit from Biden, and Trump might win just because of that. And also, if say maybe Kennedy does drop out and doesn't run, Trump still could win. I think it'll be a little harder, but I still think he could win. But I think Kennedy will definitely play a role in this election and who he pulls away from. At this point in time, I'm saying that there's probably about a 70% chance I vote Trump and a 30% chance I'd vote for Kennedy. I'm still undecided, but I'm leaning heavily Trump. I think Kennedy has some very, very interesting things that are intriguing to me. I think the biggest thing that pulls me towards Kennedy is it's like almost it's a fresh start. There will be a lot less. I believe there'd be. I think out of these three options, he gives us the best chance of bringing America back together. And right now, there's just so much division in America, and I hate it. And I think Kennedy would be the best one, has the best shot at bringing America back together. I think there's a lot of Republicans that like him, some Democrats. I think he actually has higher favorability with Republicans than he does Democrats, and he's a Democrat. But he's an old time Democrat. He's like a JFK Democrat, so like a 50s Democrat, which I think a lot of the things that they support are very similar with some conservative values. The media hates Kennedy. One thing that is very similar to Trump, the media hates him. They can't stand him, and I think that's a very interesting thing to me. I mean, if the media hates you, I think a lot of the times these days that means that you have some truth, and there's things that they don't want to have discussions about. I think a lot of our media is owned by higher powers that is really trying to control what we hear and see, trying to sway Americans' opinions one way, and there isn't a lot of honest journalism. So it's tough, and it's on both sides. But I think they're trying. It's on both sides, but I think there is one side that they're trying to get us. They're trying to get us to one side. But so Kennedy, I think he has the best shot of bringing America back together, and I think he has a lot of common sense. He's not one of these crazy Democrats, far liberals, like the current Biden administration is. He's with Biden. He didn't used to be a crazy liberal until like the last 10 years, and now he's become, and I don't know, I feel like it's not super authentic to him. I don't know, it's weird. He is super liberal, but I don't know. But Kennedy he's very, I would say, center. He definitely has some liberal policies, beliefs, but he has some conservative ones that as well. And the biggest thing that I really, I mean, this is so one of the things I love about Kennedy is that he wants to get rid of the three-letter agencies, the big, what I would consider. I mean, Trump throws this word has been thrown around so much that it's lost the meaning, the swamp, the deep state. And what I truly believe this deep state is the CIA. It's the CIA and the FBI. And what they do is they spy on Americans, they control politicians to get what they want, and these are the unelected people who are really running our country. And so I believe Kennedy wants to get rid of him. Trump says he does. Trump says we're going to get rid of these guys. He's not going to. He had 4 years to do it. He didn't do it. I don't believe he'll do it in his second term. I believe Kennedy would. And here I also believe because of that, and that's why Kennedy gets so much hate in the media, is because he hates those guys and he knows what truly goes on. And so he's a threat to them. And if he becomes president, he will, as he says, blow them into a million pieces and scare them into the wind. And so I truly believe they will not let him get close to the White House. And if he's anywhere close, I believe that. And so with Kennedy, I was at about 60-40, Kennedy Trump, until he picked his vice president, which he picked Nicole Shanahan, which I'm not a fan of. I don't like that. She used to be liberal. I mean, she said now that she's leaving the Democrat Party. I don't know much about her. I just know from her past she's donated to a lot of very, very liberal people. So I don't know if I can trust her. And I think vice president with Kennedy is going to be a very important thing just because of what I've said before. So I was hoping for maybe like a Tulsi Gabbard, which I think she actually might have. I think she has a shot at being Trump's vice president, or someone who was a little more center. I think by bringing her in, he's going to pull maybe some more liberal votes now and maybe a little less Trump votes. But yeah, so I'm not huge onto that. He's definitely a little more left on environment, which I can live with that. I'm fine with that. I know there was some talks about gun rights. He's definitely left on gun rights. He's not. He's said he'll never touch the Second Amendment. Everyone has a right to own their guns, which perfect. Yeah, and then so I guess I am probably gonna vote for Trump this in 2024. I think Trump's good. I think he's good, but he has lots of flaws. One of the biggest flaws being the divisiveness. If he's president, there's always going to be a huge portion of America that just hates him. And so there's going to be this divisiveness, and it gets tiring. We've had it since 2016. And it just wears down on you, and it wears down on our country. And I don't know if it's the best thing for our country. I think he presents the best policies. I think he will do things that will really help America. He'll definitely help our economy. Definitely on foreign, I don't think many people expected this, but foreign policy he was great on. He kept us out of wars. But yeah, and I mean, and with Trump too, I know they call him very far right conservative. He isn't. He's a moderate, and it's just a whole media creation that he's this far right conservative guy because he loves to spend money. That's not conservative. That's one of my biggest. I'd say that probably in my top 3 biggest reasons that I would not want Trump. He spends way too much money. Right now, our national debt, I don't know what is like 34 trillion. I don't know, and it's just constantly growing. I don't know what it is as of today, but Trump is just going to expand that. He ain't going to do anything to help with that, and that's going to hurt future generations of America. Because he's just going to be like, he's going to do what he needs to do to get the highest ratings, and that's all about ratings and trying to be seen as the best. So he's just going to spend money, and yeah. So he's gonna, yeah. What else? Let's see. Biden, no shot I vote for that guy. 0, zilch. But yeah, I just find Kennedy so intriguing. I really like. He just fights corruption. and there was such a media narrative created about him that is untrue. And if you actually listen to interviews with him, he's on a lot of podcasts. There's so many podcasts you can go out there and listen to him. There's so many false narratives about him that are just untrue. Anti-vax, no, he's not anti-vax. Go listen to one of the podcasts and you'll find out what he actually believes on that. Another thing I love about him, all about health for healthy America. He wants to make America healthy. So like again, vaccines are your choice, and you will choose which ones you want. I think that's good. I'm not anti-vax, but some vaccines are good, some aren't. And so I believe every American should have the choice of choosing which vaccines that they take and which ones they give to their kids. Diseases right now in America are just skyrocketing. Kennedy's going to do an investigation into that. He's going to figure this out. Like autism, up crazy. Cancer, up crazy. There's a bunch of childhood diseases. I don't know off the top of my head what these are, but they're all up a lot. And he's going to investigate this, and he's going to figure this out. Because again, we want America to be healthy. And America right now is like super unhealthy, and a super high percentage of America is obese. Highest it's ever been. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the pictures. It's like the beaches in like the 1940s, and everyone is just in shape, fit. And then you see a beach of today, and like 70% of the people again are overweight. And so like, what's changed? I mean, exercise. We know more than ever about exercise and how to be healthy. But the thing that's in my thoughts, the thing that I think is different is the food and what we're putting in our food. And it's not necessarily that like the foods are bad. I think it's a lot of the chemicals and a lot of things that are being put into the food that are causing this. A lot of addictive chemicals and everything. And this is such a deeper topic, and this can go down. There's just so much more that I can go down on this, and that everything just is controlled by money and profit, and